morning this morning, and welcome to the live stream. Today it's just Saturday morning in the studio. We're sitting back, having some coffee, waking up, doing our thing, building our day, and we wanted to make you a part of that. There's several things that we're discussing today that I felt was important for you to be in on. Not so much that you have the information, but that you understand the process of how these types of things even transpire, right? Never sat in, a business meeting, don't know what they look like, don't know what they sound like. Hey, they don't have to be a suit and tie presentation in some conference room. They could be you and your business partner having a Zoom call, sitting in an office together, shooting the shit. Right now, it's my wife and I, we're hanging out here. It's going to be sitting here, sharing the microphone, coming to you, talking about this. And I'm even going to turn the music off for a minute. Sorry about I hope you guys were actually able to hear what I was doing there. Now, I tell you, as far as streaming goes, I'm working on the controls, all right? I'm working on learning that, getting better with it. I really try to focus more on bringing you guys quality content. And when I talk about quality content, what is it? What are you learning? What are you getting from me today? Today, it's inside information. It's inside. We're discussing. Denise asked me, what did you ask me, Denise?
I said, we're sitting down, we're talking about the YouTube channel. And I asked, where is this going? What audience are we trying to reach? Who are we speaking to? Like, what's the niche? And we came up with an answer that was pretty brilliant.
Yeah, well, it's that's something that I've struggled with and thought about several times. By the way, can you share this out while we're doing this, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, do that. Twitter, Discord, Facebook, LinkedIn. Yeah, people need to know. They need to get in here and have a cup of coffee with us. Don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, what we came out with was this. First of all, this is my channel, right? This is Christopher C. Day's channel, and it's not supposed to be buckled down and niched down. I'm a multifaceted individual, which I'm sure many of you guys are too and can appreciate. And I don't want to be pigeonholed. That's all there is to it. I like bringing content to you guys that's on a myriad of subjects. I like being able to talk and discuss a variety of topics and subject matter. This channel's not monetized. I don't have the viewers, subscribers, watch hours, any of that for that. I do try to put in, links to anything that you might be interested in. If I've got a course that we're talking about, there'll be a link in the description. If there's an organization that I'm a part of that we're talking about, there's a link in the description. If it's just you want some information about who this old dude is talking to you, there's usually a link in the description, right? So those are things we talk about, is how do we direct traffic, the right traffic to the right places, right? And for the most part on YouTube it's the description, it's the headline, it's the thumbnail sometimes. I try to make them, don't get me wrong guys, they don't happen, but I do try to make them. And, putting in the tags and the proper description with links, just to make sure that you're directed the proper way, once you view the channel. So now that we go a little deeper into some of the things that we're working on right now, a lot of what we've been speaking about is investment opportunities. And, as some of you guys know, we do active fundraising for that particular business. As I go forward with it, I do think that we need to move into a YouTube channel specifically for some of our various companies that have nothing to do with me or anything that I'm doing, but specifically for those companies. And really, I just hadn't done it because I just hadn't done it. I just hadn't done it. That's all there is to it. I've tried to keep everything here on the channel for the most part that I do, just so that the information's not spread out too thin. Heck, we're always trying to build a channel, and I'm doing hard enough just to get this one going. So, all right. So moving forward, Denise, we have decided that we're going to open up YouTube channels for some of these other entities and keep this one. Now, with this channel, what we plan to do is this will be your advice, your mentorship, your interviews, your information, your live streams, to where we get to have conversations. We can chat back and forth. This will cover most of our Zoom conversations and our mentorship programs, things like that. So really talk to people. That's what I do, whether it be through consulting, mentorship, advice, or growth strategy, those types of things. And I do it generally over Zoom or in a Discord server or right through a course or a one-on-one program. So that's what these videos kind of come out and kind of tell you about. If you guys have been watching for several years, you've watched the transition all the way from, a very comfortable life. And you've watched it all. It's all been here on this channel for the most part, and probably 3 or 4. But going forward, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, everything. And it's Chris Day, Christopher C. Day, and then all the business, Alamo City Spray, Alamo City Axe, all the different stuff we do. San Antonio NFTs, RWC, RWC Investments, Rich Wolf Club NFT. I mean, look, all of them, man. SA and Fund Me, all of them. All of them, every entity, everything we've been doing over the past 3 or 4 years has been documented in some way, shape, form, or anything else for the past several years. So, okay, now I got sidetracked right now because it's morning and that's what happens. But where were we going with that? There was something else. I wanted to do something specific. I wanted to run a campaign. We need to talk about that. What's this campaign for? Oh! Yes. Okay, so we need to do some sort of event. It needs to be a challenge. I'd like to do a challenge is what I'd like to do. I'm not sure exactly what type of challenge yet. Like, what do we want to accomplish? And see, that's really what I'm thinking about right now is if we're going to do a challenge, we're going to do it allergy season for my dog. I don't know, but that little thing coughing and barking out there in the front. We got another one over here trying to tear up whatever camera setup we got, and then there's usually a pig screaming in the background. And for those of you that are not familiar with everything that we do also have a small on a very small piece of land in Texas, and there are pigs on the property, and sometimes they get to fighting, sometimes they get to playing, and sometimes they just get piggy with it. And they make noises, and you can always hear them in the background because my studio happens to be upstairs right next to this big giant bay window, and it overlooks the entire property and animals and everything else, and that means you get to hear it too. So that's just what it is.
Yeah, we haven't soundproofed the room yet.
Haven't soundproofed the room. Look, this is not a professional YouTube studio, guys. All right, this is my home office. I'm a regular dude that actually does other shit for money. I do this. I do this for totally different reasons, man. Some of it's marketing, don't get me wrong. Some of it I do put out there for marketing material for them. I discussed the inner workings of some marketing plans, and I figured you guys probably want to see how that works. I mean, you go live, and when we put out new content, which is daily. We do put out daily content. It's scheduled daily right now for a few weeks anyway. The point is as long as we get to keep having fantastic conversations, as long as we get to keep on. Right now, we're going to go back to our own strategies and kind of move into that. So I'd love to screen share. I'd love to put us both on camera so you get to see both sides of this, but it can't happen this morning. It's just all there is to it. She would kill me. Lady will be a lady, and she wants to, be a lady. So that's what it is.
That's a nice way of saying it.
Yeah. Okay. So, build out the new YouTube channels. Build out playlists on this channel. We need to separate some of the stuff we've been talking to. I'd like to move into business acquisition content, the interview content, advice. Your computer today.
Okay.
That's why I'm doing this. Okay. The YouTube channels, I'll build that out as they need be and start uploading videos to that. We need to start creating videos for that. I actually have, okay, that's something too. If we're going to do investment, now, what do you think about this? This is something that I tossed about this morning in my head, and I haven't put a lot of thought into it, but let's talk about it. Let's see. The RWC Investments channel should really be faceless, I believe.
Okay.
And it's on investments, maybe clips from other, financiers, things like that over time, and being able to put them in some sort of a montage or repurposing those videos for us with links on our stuff. Because if they're talking about, if I can get on there and listen to Warren Buffett, to hear any of these people say anything about the type of thing that we're doing, we're able to reuse that content and put links to our stuff. So we can put that up on YouTube in that channel, and it kind of grows that audience, right?
That's
the
a great
audience,
idea. You know, faceless YouTube channels are kind of a thing right now. It's up and coming kind of thing.
They are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard a lot of influencers talking about people that they've noticed. You know, creating people that they know creating other channels that are just completely faceless. They use some of them use AI, some of them not. Just it's just video content without the face and just their audio, and it seems to be working for them. So I don't see why not.
Okay.
I think that's a great idea.
Well, let me show you how we're going to do it. Now, I'm going to show all of you guys.
What's one thing you've never told your What's one thing you've never told your boyfriend?
I got really, really mad at him, and I'd keep building his Lambos, but I regretted it instantly, and I felt really, really bad because he doesn't deserve that. But it worked out good because he thought it was someone random. He'd never suspect me.
Cut that out.
Yeah, that's
All right, we're going to try to do something here. Okay, I'm going to go to my profile. That'll cut out any video talk. TikTok open, and I want to show y'all something. This is how we're going to go about making this happen, right? This is my TikTok. By the way, I only got 30 followers, man. Get out there and hit that button. Do what you're supposed to do. If you're watching me here, watch me there. All right. Hey, other people are afraid to tell you like that. They want to be all sweet and shit and like coerce you to doing things. I ain't trying to do all that. I just tell you, hey, man, if you like this, hit that button.
No, I think one thing people can really benefit from this personal channel is the fact that you really tell it how it is. You don't sugarcoat things, and you say things in a way that people need to hear them. And it may sound harsh sometimes, but
They couldn't see my face. So there we go. Now you can see my glorious face. All right, so what we're going to do is I want to show you guys something here. We're looking at TikTok on the desktop. All right. This is something that I want you guys to pay attention to. We're going to go to search, okay, and we're going to type in hashtag shorts. Boom. Top. All right, these are the #1 trending shorts out there right now. If you take a look at this, if you look at the titles, right, and see the subject matter they're on, right?
you see the subject matter.
Well, but you want to see what they're talking about too. These shorts.
Like shorts, like clothing wear.
How do you spell it on shorts?
It's the same way. It's the same way, but you're on TikTok. TikToks are not shorts.
What the hell are they called?
I don't even know. I don't even use TikTok.
Okay, you know what? I fucked this up, y'all. Don't listen to me.
No wonder they're showing nothing but butt stuff.
Yeah. All right. Hey, it's early in the morning, y'all. This ain't what I got earlier. All right. Hashtag shorts. Boom.
Shorts.
Shorts. All right. We're going to these shorts. And we're going to look at these top shorts and what they are. 8.8 million business shorts. Let's try this out. All right, these are people talking about business, right? And on any of look at the material. Look what they're talking about. Elon Musk is banned interview, tested $1,000 a day on YouTube automation. Anyway, it gives you ideas of what the top ranking stuff right now, what's getting the views is, right? What's getting 442,000 views right now? Just a second. So what do we want to look for? Well, we want to look for business because that's what we're doing, right? So what tags? Let's look for business acquisition.
That's a good one.
Yeah. You know what? Let's do, no, I'm going to see if I can find anything.
On what?
Fixed rate investing.
Oh, okay.
Just to see. Or you know what? Actually, what we want to do is we want to find something about
Nope, investing.
investing during a recession. There's going to be a ton of stuff in here. But I'm not looking for these guys here. What I'm looking for... Shoot, it might be too early for me in the morning to even rub my brain on this right now. On a how-to. Jesus Christ. You know what? It is. It is. Anyway, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for like Warren Buffett or some other, financial guru or whatever it is to be talking about when to buy and when to invest. And you're always download that video, throw it into your own caption software, because we use video AI to do that, and it'll throw the captions right on top of it, and you can put whatever links, whatever you need on there, and it's our video. We've actually changed the video. It's not the same one. You don't have any of the same audio or the music that's in there, any of the watermarks or stamps that are in there. You can choose to take those out. So that's one way of doing it. But my point of that is that will allow us to create multiple pieces of content that we can put on the channel.
Yeah.
It's a reason to come to the channel, and then you give them the meat and potatoes of the reuse captions, not using the same music, none of that, but you do get that same feel. Now, if you take those from TikTok and take them over to YouTube, you can copy and paste. You can copy and paste that same thing. You just can't do it, and it ain't gonna last very long. I'll tell you that right now. This is the same thing that happened over and over again as technology has gotten better and better. There's been web scrapers that could look at documents and then rewrite the document and post it on your page just so that you could have content on your page, right?
Oh, I see.
Well, now that we're moving into AI technology, we're seeing the same thing. We're seeing that people are typing anything into your search bar, and what comes up is 1,000 AI videos of the same type of voice that sounds like Denzel Washington or some British guy or Sean Connery or who's the one, Morgan Freeman, right? And they're all sounding like they're made by these celebrities that have iconic voices, and all it is millions of views.
It was working.
It's not really. Please, hiding behind me. So a challenge this weekend, what would we like to give to the people? By the way, if you are in the audience and you'd like to chat and participate, do so. Chat. First business, how to go through that, understanding the processes. I don't know if that's really what I want to teach right now. We could do the video production.
Video production.
Well,
what do you mean?
How to repurpose content.
Oh, how to repurpose content. That's a good one too.
But I really don't know. It needs to be a challenge.
It needs to be something easy too that they can really accomplish.
Not really. This needs to be a challenge. I need to get some folks in there accomplish in a week or two's time. But we know we can get them to accomplish. And it needs to be a realistic. It needs to be a good life to go. I can make shit realistic. Here's the thing. We can't talk about time when it comes to that. If somebody's got $1 million sitting in the bank, they can make any of this shit realistic tomorrow. Okay? So everything's relative.
Okay.
You can't say what's realistic. What can I teach these people to do? If I can give them the knowledge to go and do this in a week or so's time, 2 weeks time, that's real, right? Now, we can't say with whatever resources you've got. I mean, if you don't have the resource to do anything, you might not get very far. But that's just life. Go get a second job or a part-time job or whatever it is until you can afford to make that investment. That's the rest of our lives too. Income taxes rolling around. Hopefully you got something like that coming. I don't know. But sometimes it's an income problem. It's not a spending problem or an investment problem. Sometimes it's an income problem.
Okay, so the challenge is going to be over like a week's course.
Yeah, but what are we trying to teach them to do? I want to get them to do something that's substantial in their life that would really help them or help their business. If you guys are out there listening right now, what is it specifically that you need help on? What is it that you have identified that is a problem in your company and something that you need some sort of advice or guidance on? There may be a process out there that you're not aware of. There may be a system out there you're not aware of. There may be a group of people out there that do this that you're not aware of. So in truth, we need to know from you what it is that you, for sure, right? But I guess it would be how to do documents, how to create contracts, how to create data rooms, right? How to create a data room. Maybe that's what it is.
What's a data room?
Well, a data room is basically a documentation package that contains all of the information on a particular case or file or endeavor, right? Such as when we do business acquisitions and go to make a purchase, or to negotiate with a potential, seller, we put together all of the information, them audits that we've done, any type of documentation that is pertinent to that company and that acquisition, that file. That's called a data room, right? Which really it's a big file folder is all it is. We keep those in a company called DocuSign. If you've ever heard of DocuSign, it's a company where you can create legal documents and actual contracts and have them signed in a legal way. And you can even add payment options to it. So that's one thing that we can do a walkthrough on soon is DocuSign. I'm not sure about our connection. I see it twisting and turning quite often, so I'm hoping that we're all right here, guys, but who knows? Who knows? I would like to see some questions down in the comments. If you've got some, do that. So what do we say? Making how to write a contract, how to create a template.
Yeah, I think every day we can focus on one of those deals to create at the end the data room. Break it down day by day.
No, you can't, because every one of their businesses is going to be different, and they all need different things. I mean, they all have some standard documents, but the thing is to create their data room, they have to kind of be going through the deal. That's the thing. Now, you can have some, pre-made documents like we use too. I mean, you've got your LOIs, you got all your templatized documents, but that's not part of your data room. That's just part of your template folder that you'd use to, you'll copy that one in. You'll take one that's a template, turn it into the actual document. That document is what goes into the data room. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, I think what would help us if we actually took a step back and look back to the point where we are now and what we were looking for, what we were searching for that we couldn't find.
You know what? Maybe that's something that people need to learn is how to, but do you know how to build a company? Do you know how to build an organization that works for you? That might be the thing. And part of that is going to be
mental challenge.
Who knows? That could be it. Matter of fact, I'm going to kill this one just so that we don't have that issue. Now, we're still going live right now, and we're talking about this. I do want a challenge. So the challenge should be, maybe it's a 30-day challenge. Instead of a 2-week, maybe it's a 30-day challenge to build their company, build their organization, or at least put the processes in place. Because what could they actually get accomplished in 30 days? Well, let's see. We could have them form their company legally.
Yeah.
Write a business plan. Identify the key people that they need, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. Teach them to reach out to those types of people, right?
Yep.
There's a capital raising course in there, because now that you've got the entity created and a plan, how do you fund it? How do you raise funding? Right? Because there's multiple ways of doing that. You've got private funding, you've got public funding, you've got things that you can sell, you've got equity. There's all types of ways that you can raise funds for your business if you don't have any money. So maybe that's a course too. How to raise money if you don't have, how to raise funding when you don't have any money.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah.
I like the whole mindset. The paradigm. People that need, help with their business, they're stuck in a certain mindset, kind of that poor man mentality still, and they kind of just need their mind opened up a little bit and some guidance there.
No, you're right. I tell you what, if we're gonna do a mindset training, I'll tell you right now, most of the stuff that I've got comes out as needed, right? And I give you these tidbits as I come across them. If you could start to document those things and compile, lists of the clips, lists of the sayings, lists of those things, then we could put VA on that and have VA create that material for us out of my own words, right?
Okay.
Because really that's all it is. If I sit down and try to do that, I'm going to spend all day, 2 days, 2 weeks trying to pick my brain for tidbits. And in truth, I've said all this stuff. Most of this stuff's on video already. Most of the stuff's already been cut. Most of the stuff is in writing somewhere. And if it's not, and then we can have that conversation.
Yeah,
right?
I do see a lot of that stuff come out when you're doing like interviews and some kind of compile them up, and maybe do a campaign on those, just
well,
the growth mindset.
I'm still thinking about the challenge. What do I actually want them to accomplish? And I'm thinking, I'm thinking, how do you get funded? Or the challenge, you word the challenge is going to be something. Because what I want them to do in the end is to be able to build their company and have all the tools in place to go raise funding. And to know how to do it. It doesn't mean they have to have the funding raised or any of that, but they need to have all of the components in place to do that. Have the entity formed, have their team put together, have the plan built out, and have the know-how to go acquire funding. Whether it be private, whether it be going out and doing fundraising, whether it be asking people to come in on an equity buy-in, whatever, angel investing, there's a myriad of ways to get funding. Paradigm shift, number one. Okay, that's the number one, is the paradigm shift. And we'll discuss that. That's module number one. Number two is forming your business idea or criteria.
Forming your business idea?
Yeah. Yeah, because some of these people may not have a business idea yet. They may not even know what they want to do, right? So going from the mental shift of being a W-2 worker into someone who's building a company is a major shift. So that's one module on its own, just talking about that and going through the process of transition, or at least the beginning processes of transition. That's that's another portion of this. After we get done describing what these are, we have to create the tools to help them get there. Okay. By the way, for any of you guys that are out there watching right now, this is golden. Pay attention to it. This is stuff that if somebody out there telling you this is what you have to do to go build a plan, these are all of the components. Pay attention. This will not be cut down into short form content for people to take little tidbits of and go run around with it. If you want the knowledge, stick around. Pay attention to the live stream in real time as this old noggin works. That's what it is. And click the damn link if you want to have a personal one-on-one. All of you, every single one of you. Okay, so where we at, darling?
So we have paradigm shift, and then we forming.
Forming the idea and the criteria. Because at that point, what we've got to do is show them their own strengths. There's going to be some things like aptitude type stuff we've got to put them through, so that they understand their own strengths and weaknesses and where they need to pay attention, and what industries to pay attention to for them, what makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Because they're all different. Okay, step 3 is how to write the plan. It's the business plan, right? Writing your business plan. Number 4, identifying key partners or partnerships.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's talk about entity formation is next. Okay, from that we break down the different entity structures. We talk about how to do them. You know what? Off on a side note, set up an affiliate link with Busy.
Okay.
Just off on a side note, write it off. It's easy and they do everything for you, and it takes about $150 to do every single thing for you and deliver it to you in PDF file. Services out there, they'll charge you an arm and a leg to do what I'm going to teach you how to do. So just sit back and watch. Okay, so there we need to be able to create revenue there.
Okay.
By the way, that's golden. If you're going to direct traffic somewhere, do the best you can to generate revenue from that. If you're watching this stream right now, one of the things that I try to teach and preach is monetize your life. Monetize your life. What does that mean? Smoke a blunt and hang out and talk to your wife. The only way that you're going to do that is to have systems in place, processes in place that generate income while you're doing these things, right? So that's the idea. And one of those is, if you're going to drive traffic to someone else's business, do the best you can to monetize that in your favor as well. They're happy to have you if you're driving real traffic. I mean, if they're not, then they probably don't care. Whether we do or not, the point is we have to try, right? Got to try a program with us. I don't know. They might be a certain number buy-in before they do it. Who knows? We'll find out. And that's how you're going to do it. You're going to reach out and find out. By the way, when you go do an affiliate program, just go to their website, scroll all the way down to the bottom, down in the footer, and there's usually something that says partnerships, programs, affiliates, whatever. Click the button. That's all there is to getting into some of this stuff. Amazon's got them. Every major company's got some sort of affiliate program that you can sign up for. And then all you do is use the link they give you and put it in there. You'll make a little old percent, 3, 4, 5%. Well, it's not like it's a ton, but if your videos ever get traction, if the content you create actually goes out there and helps a group of people, then maybe you get to make a few cents here and there for some of the time, effort, and energy you put out there that wasn't paid by your students that you didn't ask for any money.
And it's residual.
And it's
passive,
residual.
Passive
Passive income after that. That's right. After that, it's passive. So, now how much can you generate? I don't know. We don't do a lot of it. I'll tell you right now, we don't do a lot of it. I'm getting into doing more of it because it's something we should be doing.
And we'll be showing that process too.
We'll show you that process too. Now that we're doing the live feeds the way we are, we've got a new setup, we've got some new software, new systems, and I think we're probably going to be hardwired into the router soon as well, so so that we don't have these streaming issues. But we've got different ways of bringing video to you, screen sharing with you, bringing up slides, doing presentations, and communicating with you.
Yes, identify key partnerships
Before
and then
the formation, right?
Before the formation.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next, okay, so now that you've developed it, you've went and filed your company and done all that, it's time to start actually building the funding and putting everything in place, right? So if you have money to get going, great. Hopefully that's part of your plan, is you've got some funding to get going. However, a lot of larger business plans need some funding. So now it's going to be capital raising strategies. Okay.
Got it.
Capital raising strategies. So it's going to be so how many steps there? How many little modules do we have?
7. No, 6. I'm sorry.
6 modules.
Yeah.
Down. Underneath each one of those, one of the things that you're going to business owners and entrepreneurs that are in the space about their businesses, their concerns, and their goals and aspirations for the future. Right. We'll also talk about the shift that goes between owning your business that works for you to becoming an investor where your money starts working for you, right? Totally different shift. You do them for different reasons, right? We'll discuss that. That is a full hour-and-a-half long session. In that segment, we need to provide a toolkit for them, because this toolkit needs to trying to get my wording right when I go through this, and sometimes I need a refresher. Like, what tool do I need to develop to make this happen for them? I think we need to, there's going to have to be a couple of questionnaires right in there that's going to let them fill out, some of that stuff, where they're at. We want to find out where they're at. That's the purpose of speaking to them in the live event, asking them and doing the interview. Yeah. First of all, to know who we're talking about and talking to. That helps us formulate our plan going forward too.
Yeah.
If we've got a whole lot of people that have never run a business, we may need to say it differently. If we've got a whole lot of people that have done this and that and have tried and failed or just looking for further success, it's going to be a different course. Okay. So a lot of it's going to be based on the type of people that end up showing up this first time. Right. Anyhow, during that initial meeting, we find out who they are and where they're at. And that's what that first little part of the workbook's going to be, is to kind of do a little checklist to tell them where they're at. Are they a W-2 worker? Their work experience is in investing. We want to know what their experience is in business ownership. We want to know, just entrepreneurism, period. We want to know that.
What level they're at. Okay.
Yeah, what level, that they're at in that. Because that lets us know where we're starting.
Yeah, and what shift.
Sure.
Which quadrant are they in?
Well, yeah, where we need to spend the most time, going through. Because if the majority of the people are at a certain one, we need to move through certain parts faster than others. Okay, so that's basically just an assessment. The very first module is an assessment, and that's it. That's the homework, is assessing where you're at, understanding it, and preparing for the next phase, right? Now, our next phase is not, even if they've never had one, the phase of this business takes them to business owner.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's not like something you have to take in steps. You don't have to go W-2, self-employed, business owner,
Yeah.
investor. You don't have to go in order, and you can be in
And
multi
people think they
quadrants.
do.
Right. So we're going to show you, even if you don't have a job, right? If you've got some, now it helps if you've got some income. It helps if you got something tucked away that you can get some of this kick started with, right? But if you
A
don't,
lot easier.
yeah, if you don't, then this is still the process. The process is still there. You just got to figure out your own financing. And we do cover financing. So stick around even if you ain't got nothing. And I say that because I hadn't had nothing a lot. Okay, there's been a lot of times in my life where I've started businesses and I didn't have anything when I started it. It's why we started whatever it was we started. It's okay. It's the American way. You know, that's the beauty of living here, is the fact that you don't have to have anything really other than determination, the willingness to learn and adapt, and something amazing in this country. Okay, there are some people that do it easier than others. Some folks have ways of doing it that are faster than others. Some people just have more knowledge of more lucrative things than other people do. For a long time, I thought the art that I was selling on the street was the most money-making thing I'd ever do in my life. Now I realize that was a drop in the pot and the start. But I don't want to have to go do that for a living anymore. It was works of art live in front of a live audience, their work, enough to give them, you know, in the books. We had a great time with it. I'm still happy of running the business and running to put people to work doing that and supplying lifestyles and changes and everything else, but not trying to do the life. So creating modules for each one of these segments, that's a big thing. Getting back on track. Modules and toolkits for each one of the segments. Let me grab this list. She just walked out of the room. See what we're working with here. All right, so forming your idea, really that's going to be another, that's the worksheet on that is also an assessment. It kind of walks you through your own aptitudes, what you're good at, what you like to do, what connections you have in certain industries, and what knowledge that you actually have in certain industries. Once you identify those key components, once you've done that, we move into how to write the business plan. Now, there's several ways of writing business plans, and I'm going to show you a long form and a short form way. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do an old school traditional plan that really spells everything out. I like them because they help you understand your company. Okay, I don't think that they're necessary for any freaking thing other than you putting your plan into action and having something written down. Now, the reason I say have it written down is because every business, right, not every little old side hustle, but every business needs to have systems and processes in place to make them operate. A standard operating procedure is what you need. You create that through your business plan. This is how we do what we do. This is what we do, and this is how we do it. In order to accomplish these goals, these are the tasks that must be performed, right? And there's so many different departments and different things that you do that you will need a different set of procedures for every operation. As you create these procedures, that's your SOP for that company. And new people come in and join you, and you have a handbook or a PDF or whatever it is to deliver them when they come in here. Now give me just a minute, I gotta yell at my dog. I think that worked. I don't know. I've never muted it before like that, but I had to yell at him. He was in there going into another room. I think he's trying to use the bathroom. He better not do that. Mama's got to take him out in a moment. Anyhow, so write the business plan, and we'll go over that. We'll go over all the segments that you need, what you need to identify in your plan to help you actually move forward, what a bank wants to see, what an investor wants to see, and what you actually need for yourself. Moving forward, module number 4, identifying your key partnerships. Every business, right? We're not talking about self-employed. We're not talking about mom and pop shop running a store, okay? We're talking about, well, even that really, if you want certain scalability and growth. We're going to talk about identifying the key partnerships in your company to help your business, maximize its profitability. It could be somebody you need to bring into the company, and it could be other companies that you need to do business with and build partnerships with. Either way, we're going to talk about that for about an hour. We'll go over a full discussion, and you'll have a workbook to help you go through that to assess a multi-part. This may be a multi-part module when we talk about partnerships. When we talk about partnerships, we're probably going to have to go into how to find those individuals after you've identified who they are. Hear the rain on the metal roof out in the country.